to die again? It seems like you didn't learn the first time.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah. We're back here with a Frieza deck profile, but before we get into this deck, I got an announcement to make. Myself and Eden will be playing for the title of Kid Crew Master on Monday, the 18th, in a money match hosted by none other than Mark Hill from Dbs-Decks. So I'll leave the link to his Twitch channel in the description if you don't already know it. And be prepared because I'm keeping my title 100%. So, onto the actual deck. Frieza. You can't play Sands. This is the Frieza from the starter deck. You can't play Sands in your deck, which is a really good restriction because if not, this deck would have been absolutely insane. When it attacks, you take a Frieza's Army battle card, put it into the drop area, make your opponent discard a card, and you take a life. So Self-Awaken, which is nice. Don't like that it's kind of built in to work with other battle cards, but it's cool nonetheless. Your Awaken is draw one, untap one, which is fine. The Last Resort Freeze on the back. When you attack, draw a card. Activate main. This is really, really strong. You take a Frieza's Army battle card, place it into the drop area. You choose the card your opponent discards, and then you give one of your unisons critical. So you can essentially give something like Bardock Unison critical, and then you attack 3 times. With the triple attack. So this card is definitely amazing on the backside. Onto the main deck, we have a Frieza Zeno Darkness Overflowing permanent. If he would lose a marker due to an opponent's attack, you can crit yourself instead. This only comes up when you're at high life, or if you're like holding some type of counterplay or the counter. But it doesn't come up that often. The +1 marker seal. You discard a card and then draw a card. It combos really well with like 2 other cards that we play in the deck. The -1 skill, which is great for a -1, you get to KO one of your opponent's battle cards that's 4 or less, or you get to neg a marker from one of your opponent's unisons. So that's really, really strong. Comboed with the the Frieza. So if you're pressuring a unison, you can like use a skill to make your opponent discard, swing, draw a card, pop a marker off the unison, swing with the unison, pop another marker potentially, and then use your neg 1 to neg essentially 3 markers off an opponent's unison, which is really, really strong. Or you can just hit a battle card, which is also strong in general. Next up, the Cell Attack rare. If you're playing green, you need to be playing this card. I don't know why you're not. Like, if you're playing green, you love it. If you're not playing green, you probably hate it. Next up, Chilai. This card is really, really great, especially in terms of utility. Probably the best 1-drop in the deck. So, for 1 energy, you draw a card. 2 energy, you get to play any 2 or less Frieza's Army card from your deck. So we have like a whole bunch that you can play. You can play Zarbon, Speedy Partner Limo, your Super Combo, Infernal Emperor Frieza, all of those cards. So it combos really well with other cards in the deck, and you can pop it off with the leader or Bardock. Next up, Dodoria. When it's discarded, if you have a unison in play and your leader's like a Frieza, when it's discarded from your hand, you can play it from the drop area and then activate main. We run a lot of 5K, so this activate main's not terrible. You can tap 1 green energy to put it back into your hand. So this card is like really, really valuable and kind of like has a really great utility with a lot of cards in the deck. So we can like discard it off our Frieza unison, play it, and then pop it with the leader, make your opponent discard, and then we give the Frieza unison critical. So that's really, really great. Next up, we got the Dormant Potential. So, of course, if you don't know what this card does, it's a counter. It doesn't negate the attack, but you can choose battle cards on your opponent's board up to 2 energy. So it's clears of Booney tokens, which is great. And then you can discard a card from your hand. Your opponent can only attack 1 more time that turn. So essentially this can potentially turn off an entire kill turn, which is great. And it combos well with our Dodoria because we can discard it and play it, or it combos well with our Hasty Dispatch Dispo because we can discard and then do other plays. And if you have a unison in play, you can play this for free, which is great. Hasty Dispatch Dispo. So this card, if it's in your drop and you have no battle cards in your battle area, you can warp it to play a 1-drop. So like on a turn 2 or 3, if you have like a Bardock Unison on board, you can play this for 1, pop it with the Bardock Unison, make your opponent discard a card, warp it from the drop, play a 1-drop, and then pop that 1-drop with Frieza to make your opponent discard another card and give Bardock critical. So it's absolutely amazing in terms of like utility. So it's like just really good as a 2 of. Next up, we got Infernal Emperor Frieza. So this is our 1-drop Self-Awaken. I like this card. You can play it off Chilai, you can search it off Zarbon, you can play it for 1, take a life, and then swing with leader to take another life. And it's 10k, so it can pressure the leader, which is nice. Our Sparking Negate, Shocking Death Ball. This card has gotten like, a lot better because a lot of newer cards are really cost efficient or energy efficient. So like we have a lot more 1 and 2 drops that do a lot more stuff and are better. So Shocking Death Ball is definitely a lot better of a negate now. Next up is our Zarbon. Zarbon says when when you play it, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You can add a Unison with a specified cost of 2 or less, so either a Bardock or Frieza, or you can add a Frieza's army with an energy cost of 4 or less. So that's a really wide range. It pretty much adds maybe basically 90% of the deck outside of the extra cards and the counterplay and the dispo. Everything else it can add to hand. So this card's great. The Activate main is even more better. So Activate Battle, you can pay 1 green, warp this card from your drop area to give your leader or Unison plus 10k on the attack. This is amazing. So essentially your opponent could be trying to combo out and to kill you. You don't run a lot of 10ks, but because it's Zarbon, you don't need to run 10ks because now your drop area is literally just 10k combo power. So you can out combo somebody that's trying to kill you just with this card alone. Next up, Speedy Parter Limo. This card is really in here just because of the Chilai. So you can turn 3, play Chilai, draw a card, tap 2, play Limo, make your opponent discard a card. You can swing with the Limo at a Unison or something like that. Then you pop the Limo with your Frieza, give Bardock Unison critical, make them discard a card. You use Bardock to pop the Chilai, make them discard a card. You swing with the Bardock. It has crit. If they combo, you pop that, so they lose 4 cards, and you still get to swing with your leader and draw a card. So that's a lot of stuff to be doing on turn 3. Next up is our super combo. We can't play Paragus, so we gotta play this, or something that's not a Saiyan. Next up is a Surprise Attack Frieza. If we kill a battle card, which we potentially can, we can play this for free. It's critical. It basically has unique. You can only have 1 in your battle. Well, yeah, you can only play it for free if you don't have another in your battle area. So, card's decent. It's just a free 15 body crit, especially with like our Sparking Negate or our Charismatic Frieza or our Frieza Zeno. Card's good. Next up is our counterplay. If you have a Unison with 2 or more markers, you can play this card for free when it comes into play. You can KO an opponent 7 or less. Comes up in a lot of different scenarios. I wish it ignored barrier, but beggars can't be choosers. But the card's good nonetheless. Next up, our last card is the Bardock Unison, the best Unison in this deck. So it once per turn can stop a combo. Front side, you pop a 1-drop, make your opponent discard, add a marker. -3, you give a triple attack. So this card combos extremely well with the Frieza leader. It's a great Unison overall, and this is just the deck. I wanted to keep this as cheap as possible going into set 10. So right now, with the only expensive card in here is the Cell Attack Rare. So with everything in this deck, you're probably looking at, I want to say $40, maybe $45 before set 10. So you'll still have to pick up your starter decks for the Friezas, your dormant potentials, your charismatic villains, Bardock Unison, stuff like that. But as you can see, the deck is still relatively cheap up until that point. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile, guys. Like I said, check out the Dbs-Decks Twitch on Monday, where me and Eden will be playing for the title of Kid Coup Master. and check out the links in the description. I'll try to leave his Twitch channel in the description. Check out my team channel. Check out the Tcg Player Link in the description also for, if you guys want to pick up some of these cards on pre-order or just pick up the cards in general. It'll help me out for sure. It'll help my team out. So, please do that if you can. And then also, like I always say in all of my deck profiles, the link to this deck will be in the description if you want to play it and test it out. But other than that, hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you guys are staying healthy, and peace out.